Good morning. This is Professor Anderson with a little bit of feedback for your writing assignment number 1, rough draft. I want to share with you that the first thing that I do when I'm assessing a rough draft, or any form, any paper for that matter, is I just scroll through without reading to make sure that we have that the student has an understanding of the format and the formula that's needed to be applied to that paper. So when I look through, I see all 4 components. I see a table. I notice a rating. So it looks like from just a quick glance, it looked like you had a great understanding of the parts. Then when I combed through a little more, I noticed that you give a really specific and detailed understanding of the place where you were, what took place there. But I want to share with you a couple of things. First of all, I understand that, let's take a look at these first 2 sentences. I used to work with a small clinical business called Collection Plus located in Sacramento, California. During my time there, we were a clinic that provides employee, family, and DNA drug and alcohol testing, as well as fingerprinting and background services to the community. So a couple things that I need you to do here. One, let's just say I used to work at Collection Plus, a clinical business in Sacramento, California. The business provided DNA services to include drug and alcohol testing and fingerprinting. Our office consisted of, tell me, how many team members were there? Were you located outside of the city? Real briefly, give me a good, firm, structural, and environmental understanding of what's going on. How many people? What kind of business? Did you have, many different types of people working there, like technicians, accountants, data, statisticians, or whatever. And then the second part, this part here, you're not observing the communication barriers yet. You're listing the types of communications that took place here. So most of the communication at Collection Plus was done via email. Test results and so forth were sent to various departments, and communication about the information. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I'm just giving you a broad brush view of what a description of the kinds of communication might look like. You've given great example of the barriers that you've noticed, and then also these incidents. So I like how you have these incidents described. Here's the specific communication. This is the type of barrier, and this is an analysis of why this communication was called that barrier. Good job. Inside of your last section, the rating, you need to move some paragraphs around. First of all, this first paragraph, the most important part of business writing is to be clear, concise, and concrete. And in order to do that, you need to answer the question immediately. So the first part 4 is asking for an evaluation. So this section down here should be first. I give our clinic a rating of 80 out of 100. This is based on, so you're sort of following in that fashion. So I hope that this feedback was helpful, and I look forward to reading your final copy.